Well, I want to thank you all for braving the weather today to come in and learn here a little bit about our e-readers. My name's Margaret, and I'm a librarian here at the Gail Borden Public Library. And I've just been an avid ebook user for a while now. I have a couple of my different e-readers that I brought in today. So what I'm going to do is give you a quick overview of just a few features to look for if you're shopping for an e-reader. And then at the end of the program, you're welcome to come up and take a look at the few e-reader technology we have here today. So let's get started. I thought this was a really telling sign when on July 19th, New York Times headline said ebooks top hardcovers at Amazon.com. I mean, how amazing is So why would anyone really want an ebook e-reader? Well, a few reasons. You could have a library in the palm of your hands. For example, the Nook, and I believe the Kindle too, say they can hold about 1,500 ebooks. Many of the other ones, other e-readers, and a lot of them were saying between 300 to 500 ebooks. I mean, really, that's a lot of books. That's way more than I could read in maybe the rest of my life. I don't know. It's a lot of books to read. They're very portable. There are different sizes, but I do like the portability of the e-reader, that you can really bring it with you anywhere and read it. This is becoming my favorite thing as the years go on. The font size. You can change the font size on an e-reader, so you can make the words bigger. And as I'm getting older, I'm finding that I like the words really bigger and bigger. Soon it may just be one word on a screen for me. I don't know. But they are, it's a nice feature to be able to change the font size. They're green. What that means is we're not printing on so much paper. You can just download them wirelessly or from your computer, and we're being a little more green. I do also like the price as a comparison shopper. For example, the ebooks are usually a little cheaper than the print books. The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest on Amazon is listing at $27.95 the hardcover, and the ebook was $9.99 to download on Kindle. So maybe that explains why some of their Kindle downloads were more than their hardcovers, because there is a price difference there. I especially like when I can get my ebooks for free, which you can do from a few different sites I'll show you, and also from the library here. So here's just a few features to compare when you're looking at ebooks. There are a lot more features to look at than what I'm showing you right here. But these are what I would look for, what I've looked for, just in my experience of using these ebooks, what I find most important for me. So the size and display, and what you're looking at to read the book. How to navigate through the book, turning the pages, that's a big one for me. The battery life is interesting. The content and where you're going to get the content and how many books there are, what I'm looking for. And of course, the price. So for size and display, can you read it comfortably? If you're looking, there's several different sizes displayed up here, from a tiny telephone to a Kindle and an iPad. I had a hard time reading such a small screen. Now my husband, on the other hand, he prefers the larger iPad. But I think it's really interesting to see the different screen sizes when you're comparing them side by side. If you really look, almost on average, 6 inches seems to be the standard size for the ebook readers. The Kindle DX, of course, and the iPad are larger. I thought this was kind of interesting that I stumbled across this e-reader called Kobo, which I had never heard of before I started researching this, but evidently they are a pretty big player in the ebook field. They have a quilted back, which I thought was interesting. Something else I never thought of while I was purchasing an ebook, my first ebook, I like to read in bed at night. Many of these black and white ebooks are not backlit, so they're just a dull page. So will you need to get a case with a light? Or if that's all you're doing is reading it in bed, will you need a backlit ebook? It's something to really think about when you're purchasing. Many of the black and white e-readers use e-ink. That is really what started this e-ink technology, is what really got the boom in ebooks, this technology. You've also probably seen the, well, I'll show you the commercial here in a minute, but the black and white e-ink, it allows these ebooks to be much lighter, and it also eliminates some of that glare that you would get from using an LCD screen. The iPad and the Color, Can Digital, and others, all of the color e-readers are using backlit LCD screens. You may want color. It really depends what you are looking for. The iInk gives you a lot longer battery life, so you will have less battery life with the color readers, but you might get a better experience. What are you reading? Are you reading more magazines? Are you reading more children's books? It depends what you're really looking at. A color can browse the web, play video, music, and games. Barnes & Noble is planning to launch a new app store in 2011, so it will really be more like a mini iPad. So that may be something that you're looking for. Navigation. To me, this was one of the most important things for me, was the navigation that I found after reading my e-reader. Of course, Apple is the big touch screen, and many e-readers went to touch screen after that. Some, most notably, Kindle, they do not use touchscreen, so they will have like the keyboard on there, and when you're turning a page, you can see here on the side, they have the next page button. Sony Reader, that next page button, was down at the bottom. Battery life. I think battery life was probably important in the industry because it's really taken off with this e-ink, which doesn't suck out very much energy at all, or very much battery life at all. So they say the Nook can turn 5,500 pages, Sony up to 8,000, and you compare that to the iPad and the color Nook as well. They say has a 10-hour battery life. Content is important because you want to get a lot of stuff to put on your e-reader. And I have to say, I'm a very cheap shopper, so when I'm searching for ebooks, I'm usually looking for the free ones, and I'm looking for the deal. I was shocked to see how many stores there are now for e-readers. And many of them, Google just went on, line with an ebook store. Most of the readers themselves, like the Barnes & Noble Nook is dedicated. You can go to Barnes & Noble and buy a Nook, and you can buy the ebooks. But with a Nook, or with like Kobe, I could go to several of these other stores here and purchase as well and download the ebook onto my Nook. Kindle's a little different. Kindle is very much an Amazon product, so they let you download ebooks right from Amazon for the Kindle. Of course, I like my free books. So where can you get your free books? You can go to the library website, of course, and we have several ebooks. But again, that library website does not work with the Kindle, but it does work with several of the other ebooks that we're showing you today. However, Kindle is not alone. They promote right on their website where you can get these free books for Kindle as well. So you can do the Open Library, Gutenberg.org, manybooks.net. Those are all free resources. So when purchasing, you have to figure out how you want to access your content, or where you're going to get this from and how you want to get it into your e-reader. All right, where you're going to get your ebooks and how you're going to get them into your e-reader. You have a few choices. Wi-Fi is really big right now. My Nook that I have is a Wi-Fi Nook. So anywhere I am where there is wireless access, I can connect my Nook to the Wi-Fi, I can browse right on my Nook and download a book or purchase a book right at that point. But I do have to be somewhere where there is wireless access. On the other hand, 3G or through the Amazon product, you could be anywhere and think of a book that pops into your head, and because it has this global coverage of wireless access, you can download it immediately. To me, that sounds a little dangerous, to be thinking of a book anywhere I am and purchase it right then and there. So I decided to go with the Wi-Fi to prevent any buyer's remorse that I may have. But I know a lot of people, like I know Denise's husband was saying that's the reason he purchased the Amazon, because he wanted to get to a book or to information wherever he's at immediately. If he wants it, he knows he wants it now, and he's going to download it to his Kindle. Or you could go the old-fashioned way, which isn't bad either. Like my Sony Reader, I have to have it connected to a computer to download anything into it. So I like the Wi-Fi, or the 3G is nice for easy accessibility. Pricing is always important to look at too. Prices are ranging. This is what I discovered online the other day. I did a quick search of different e-readers from $119 to $499. That's a big span. Just wanted to mention a few upcoming programs. In March, Tech Camp 11 is a local Elgin tech camp where people are going to come in, local experts from Elgin, to talk about different 21st century technology. Kind of like this today, I imagine, but with a whole range of different technology gadgets.